Imagine pulling into a truck stop somewhere in Texas or Nebraska. Parked between rows of Peterbilts, Kenworths, and Freightliners is something you almost never see on an American highway. A Swedish Scania. Even stranger, it's being driven by an American trucker who insists it's better than the trucks everyone else grew up admiring. That single decision has sparked one of the biggest debates in modern trucking. But why would one truck make so many people angry? To understand why this story has become so controversial, you first have to understand that American trucking and European trucking evolved under completely different conditions. At first glance, they both move freight from one place to another, but almost everything about the way they do it is different. In the United States, the long-nosed conventional truck has become an icon. The engine sits in front of the cab beneath a long hood, while the driver lives in a spacious sleeper behind it. For many owner-operators, that truck isn't just a machine, it's home. Some spend weeks away from their families, sleeping, eating, and living inside the cab. That's why American sleepers often include large beds, refrigerators, microwaves, storage cabinets, and sometimes even televisions. Comfort isn't considered a luxury. It's part of the job. Europe tells a completely different story. Most European trucks are cabovers, meaning the driver sits directly above the engine instead of behind it. To many Americans, they look unusually short, almost as if someone chopped the front off the truck. But there is a very good reason for that design. European roads are older, narrower, and often pass through cities built centuries before modern trucks even existed. Strict vehicle length regulations also limit the combined length of the truck and trailer. Every extra foot devoted to the truck itself is one less foot available for cargo. Engineers responded by placing the cab directly over the engine, allowing operators to maximize trailer space without exceeding legal limits. The result is two completely different engineering philosophies. America optimized trucks for long-distance comfort. Europe optimized trucks for efficiency and maneuverability. Neither design is automatically better. They simply evolved to solve different problems. Because of that, the two worlds rarely overlap. Most American truckers spend their careers driving Peterbilts, Kenworths, Freightliners, or Internationals. Meanwhile, European drivers grow up behind the wheels of Scania, Volvo, DAF, Mayan, or Mercedes-Benz trucks. Each side develops its own traditions, preferences, and opinions without ever spending much time with the other. For decades, those worlds remained almost completely separate. Then one American decided to blur the line. Most people admire foreign trucks from a distance. They watch videos online, read comments, or wonder what it might be like to drive one someday. Very few actually import one, register it, and put it to work on American highways. That's exactly what makes this story different. One American trucker became fascinated by European equipment and decided that simply watching videos wasn't enough. He wanted to experience it for himself. After getting his hands on a Scania, he began documenting what it was like to operate a European truck in a country where almost nobody else was doing the same thing. At first, the videos attracted viewers simply because the truck looked so unusual. Seeing a Scania parked beside American long-nosed tractors immediately caught people's attention. But as the channel grew, something else happened. The comment sections exploded. Some viewers loved seeing something different. They were genuinely curious about how the truck performed, how comfortable it was, and whether European engineering might have something to teach the American industry. Others had a very different reaction. Some accused him of abandoning American trucking traditions. Others argued that if he liked European trucks so much, he should move to Europe. What started as a conversation about one truck slowly turned into an emotional debate about loyalty, identity, and what trucking should look like in the United States. And that's when it became clear this wasn't really about a Scania anymore. It was about something much bigger. Before we can understand why emotions run so high, we first need to understand what makes Scania such a respected name everywhere else in the world. To understand why one American trucker would go through so much effort to drive a Scania, you first have to understand what the brand represents outside the United States. Scania isn't a new company trying to break into the trucking market. It's a Swedish manufacturer that has been building heavy-duty trucks for more than a century. Across Europe, it's considered one of the industry's premium brands, known for efficient engines, durable drivetrains, and exceptionally well-built cabs. For many European drivers, owning a Scania carries the same prestige that owning a Peterbilt or a Kenworth carries in America. But the two companies earned those reputations in very different ways. American trucks were designed for endless interstate highways, heavy loads, and drivers who often spend weeks living inside their vehicles. Space and comfort became just as important as performance. Scania, on the other hand, was designed for a completely different environment. European trucks must navigate narrow city streets, older infrastructure, and strict vehicle length regulations. Every centimeter matters. Engineers focused on maximizing cargo space while improving fuel efficiency and visibility. That's why a Scania feels so different. The driver sits higher, closer to the road ahead, with excellent forward visibility. The shorter wheelbase makes the truck easier to maneuver in tight spaces. Every control is positioned with efficiency in mind. To many European drivers, that's simply good engineering. To many American truckers, it feels unfamiliar. Even if someone wanted to drive a Scania in the United States, owning one isn't nearly as simple as buying a truck from a local dealer. Unlike American brands, Scania doesn't sell heavy trucks through a nationwide dealer network in the US. That creates an entirely different set of challenges. If something breaks on a Peterbilt or a Freightliner, replacement parts are usually available within a reasonable distance. Thousands of mechanics already know how those trucks work. A Scania is different. Finding specialized parts can take longer. Mechanics familiar with European truck systems are far less common, and routine maintenance often requires more planning than most owner-operators are used to. Then there's the question of infrastructure. American truck stops, service centers, and even parking layouts have largely evolved around conventional long-nose trucks. A cab-over has different dimensions, different sight lines, and sometimes requires a different approach to maneuvering through spaces designed with American trucks in mind. None of these challenges make driving a Scania impossible. They simply make it uncommon. And that's exactly why people keep watching. If you spend a few minutes reading the comments under videos featuring this Scania, you'll notice something interesting. Very few people are actually arguing about horsepower, or fuel economy, or transmission design. Instead, the conversation quickly becomes emotional. For many American truckers, the truck they drive represents years of hard work, independence, and personal identity. Some have spent decades behind the wheel of the same brand, customizing it, maintaining it themselves, and building their careers around it. When someone suggests a European truck might do certain things better, it can feel less like a technical discussion and more like a challenge to a way of life. That's why opinions become so strong. The Scania isn't just another truck, it's a symbol of a different philosophy. But here's the interesting part. The driver behind this truck isn't saying every American truck is outdated. He's simply showing that another approach exists, and that kind of curiosity has always pushed engineering forward. In the end, this story isn't really about one Swedish truck. It's about challenging tradition and discovering better engineering solutions. What do you think? Would you drive a Scania, or would you stick with an American rig? Let us know in the comments, and don't forget to like, subscribe, and turn on notifications for more engineering stories behind the machines we use every day.